Hi, kindergarten. It's Mrs. Barnett coming at you from my living room again today, but the windows are open, so if you hear noises, it might be some cars going by, or it might be the birds I hear chirping outside because it's so beautiful outside. But it's a little too windy out there for me to be holding my book. So we're going to start something new in science. We've spent a couple days learning about living things and non-living things. Well, today we're going to move on to plants. Did you realize, and I'm pretty sure you did because you're pretty stinking smart, that plants are living things? I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Mrs. Barnett, plants don't move, but living things move. Actually, they do. I know sometimes you think, oh, they blow in the wind and that's moving. But actually, what happens underground is the roots can move and they grow through the soil. So you might want to check that out sometime. If you can, if you have seeds at your house, maybe you could plant some in a plastic baggie. I'll send grown-ups a thing of how to do that. But today I want to share with you Gus grows a plant. And in this book, we're going to learn about our friend Gus, who is growing a plant. And then I'm going to send you off on some video links and some other activities for you to do about plants. This book is by Frank Rikemowitz. And he drew the pictures too. So he is the author and the illustrator. And I will be honest, I have never read this book to anybody. Never. You're the first group of kids ever. Spring is here, just like it is outside your house. Time to plant. Gus gets seeds. That's interesting. He's getting seeds, but here it shows a flower. I wonder how that's connected. What do you think? Dad digs. So it looks like they're digging a hole in the ground. Gus digs too, and Gus is digging a little hole right there. Gus plants a seed. The seed needs water. So it looks like you dig a hole first, and then you put the seed in the hole, and then you put water on it. Soon, Gus has a plant. Look at that right there. Now, do you think it happens right away or does it take a while? Yeah, it usually takes a while. Mr. Barnett just planted some tomato seeds in these little soil cups, and it took like 10 days before we had a little tiny plant stick up. The plant has a worm. Look at that, a worm. The plant needs sun. So it looks like first you put the seed in the soil, and then the seed gets some water on it, and then it grows and it pops out of the ground, and then it goes from just being a seed to being a plant, and it needs sunlight. It needs more water. So it looks like you have to make sure the water, there's some moisture or some water in the soil. Not like wet, like a swimming pool for the plant, but like wet enough so that it has some water to drink. And fresh air. The plant grows. Look at that. Do you remember a couple pages back where it was a teeny tiny little plant like this? Look, it was only as big as Gus's foot. But now, look, it is all the way up to his arm now. And it grows, and it's as tall as Gus. How big is it? Oh my goodness, look at this plant. It is as tall as Gus, all the way to the top. It is very big. Now it is bigger than Gus. What we would say if we were using measurement words is we would say it is taller than Gus. And that's one of those math words we talked about. So maybe you want to think about tall plants and short plants and what kind of plants you see in your yard. Wait, says Mom. Gus has an idea. I wonder what his idea might be. Look at these tomato plants. These are what Mr. Barnett grows in my backyard. And he kind of grows them just like this. And help them stand up nice and straight and tall. Sometimes you have to put a stick or what's called cages around them so that you can help it stand up tall, because the tomatoes get so big and juicy and heavy that they make the plant go floop, And you don't want that to happen to your tomato plant. So it looks like that's another kind of plant they've planted. So far we have sunflowers and tomatoes. Oh my word. This is so funny. Look. Gus is growing too. What did Gus do to be as tall as his plant? Yeah, he went and got a ladder and he's as tall as his plant. Look at that sunflower. It is almost as tall as Gus's dad. That's pretty tall. So, kindergarten, thanks for reading this book with me, Gus Grows a Plant. So, I am going to put some links and some activities that you can do with plants, and maybe you can go out in your yard and see what kind of plants you see at your house. So, thanks for reading with me today, and I'll see you tomorrow.